Okay, remember the triangle. Okay, I said, and this is kind of funny because it threw me into a tizzy that I said this and I didn't know why. I said that this came from Nuberu. It came from Nubia, okay? And then all of a sudden it hit me. This is much older, much older than the pyramids of Giza. The pyramids in Nubia are much older. And the reason why I know this is because the Nile used to flow by those pyramids. And it shifted. And when it shifted and went what I would consider more straight, that's when the Pyramid of Giza was built. The Nubian ones were not built out in the middle of the desert with no water like it looks like today. They were built right next to the Nile. And the Nile took off and went somewhere else. And I imagine it was because of earth changes. So these are Nubian, but then when I started looking at it, I went, oh my God, they really did come from Nuberu. That was like some sort of subconscious Freudian slip. So anyway, so we have harmony, happiness, and divine love. Harmony, happiness, and divine love. Okay, to get to these points, okay, to get to these points, when you get the harmony and the happiness, go up to the top one now, it becomes victory. So you need to achieve this. So I guess really this is kind of step one, isn't it? Step three. I guess we can all argue over the steps. But anyway, you need to achieve this to get the heart as light as a feather to get into the porthole. I know I'm backtracking a little bit. However, we got time. We're not ascending tomorrow. We got time. Okay? So it's harmony, happiness, which creates victory. Harmony, happiness creates victory. Notice how the bottom of that triangle is level. Like you're supposed to have these scales balanced. Okay? And then you can get into the Merkaba. Okay, as we're balancing, I should have had this out further. As we're balancing this, we are reuniting ourselves. So it's reuniting through forgiveness and letting go of all the imbalances that we have created in our minds. What? And we are reuniting us, and we're reuniting with our twin flames. And I'm telling you, I have been having the most wild experiences, but I think you guys will lock me up if I tell you. Wild. And I really wanted all of this documented, but it's really about loving myself and accepting myself, and as I do it more, the male-female aspect reunites, and my twin flame, or twin ray if you're a Brotherhood of the Light trained, is around me all the time, just doing incredible things, and they're mind-blowing, just absolutely mind-blowing, and it's getting kind of weird, but then I am weird, so it kind of fits. Okay, so this balancing, the harmony and the happiness, the balancing, dissolving all the illusion, that's the triangle, dissolving all the illusion, that's the stuff in the head, not the heart. That is what's pulling us back into ourselves. Okay? And what I've been finding is, again, it's not going on Alayna time, and I'm having to become things, and I'm going through all these changes, especially with integrating with myself, that whatever being that I'm really happy has been training me all along. Sophia, and definitely Sophia's space is in Florence, without a doubt. And more definite than that is where my twin flames space is. These are our higher mental bodies. So we are integrating this way. We're creating balance. We're creating balance, okay? And we're both going up this pyramid to victory, okay? So this was probably originally so now we're balancing it out. One of us is going up this side, one of us is going up this side, and when we get to the top, it's victory. And see how this male aspect is pulling into the female aspect. So I want to discuss just a little bit of that, because our roles are changing. Male-female roles are changing, and the old paradigm, thank you God, of male dominance instead of oneness is going away. And it's a hard integration. And so what I wanted to discuss is, here's another movie that I absolutely loved, and it was just a bizarre thing, was Fifth Element with Bruce Willis and Chris Tucker and Mila Ivanovich. I know I pronounced that wrong. However, the part of it where she comes to save the world because she really is a goddess and she is universal and she's almighty and all powerful, and yet she loves so much she's crumbling. And Bruce Willis in this movie holds her up and works with her and becomes one with her. Instead of, he helps her succeed. He stands by her no matter how bizarre and no matter how much he has to go through. He stands by her to help save the world, because that's the movie. See how the role of woman is changing. Role of women have been you inferior, non-thinking, dirty words, only for sex, only for ego, valueless. Look at how much that's changing. It's now she is coming into power, and she can only be successful by reuniting with the masculine part of herself and them working together as a team. And this vision that I keep on having with my twin flame, so I'm going to just do it how simple this is. What peace, what joy, what bliss. We have to achieve that to be able to get into this. We have time to do that. I did put up a slideshow, and it really has a law of forgiveness part in it. Work on it. Forgive yourself for all the ridiculously dumb things that you've done. And one of the things that I got really upset with myself is that I sidetracked on some of my training, and I was just recently told, no, you didn't. All these people who've been trained in Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, that are getting into different types of shamanism, and now we realize that most of these guys that we just admire because they're manifesting so fast are magicians, and some of them are black magicians, and their tricks and their traps. However, and I was really judging myself, however, we needed, the 144,000 needed to understand these ancient ways so we can help them to walk into the light, let go of their fourth dimensional, I want to control everything and do this magic and do this to these people. Even if it's a good thing, letting go of